Good evening, Graham Rawlins with our Wednesday edition of News Geelong. While Australia is feeling the effects of climate change, it is people in developing countries like the Pacific Islands, Southeast Asia and sub-Saharan Africa who are bearing the brunt of it. It was all glitz and glamour last Saturday night at Geelong's arena for the 2011 Geelong Mayoral Ball, with the red carpet arrivals being a highlight. Later in the program, the flying hawk Nathan Curry will bring us the latest news from the pulsating world of Geelong sport, while our scintillating Sophie Miller returns from the sunshine of Vanuatu to update us with the Geelong and Surf Coast weather expected over the next 6 days. Emerge 2011 is the 9th iteration of the Geelong Regional Artists Exhibition to celebrate and promote the extraordinary artistic talent of the region, as Meryl Friend reports.
We're here at the Gordon Gallery for Emerge 2011, the Geelong Regional Artists Exhibition. It runs until September the 2nd.
Well, basically, the whole show is just geared towards promoting and celebrating artistic skill in the area and just showcasing work as a point of departure to professionalise the artist practices and raise their profiles. So yeah, it's a big celebratory event. The main deliverable of this show actually is to announce the acquisition prize this evening, and so we'll be selecting an artist whose works will be purchased to be part of the Gordon collection. So that's the big hurrah of the evening. Yeah.
And so with this, if the winner gets the acquisition, what does that mean exactly?
Just means they get to become part of the Gordon collection. It's got some interesting works in the collection. We've got an Andy Warhol, we've got a Ledger. It just means that it will get sort of recontextualised and reframed in other upcoming Gordon exhibitions. And yeah, it's just a great opportunity to further raise artist profiles from that departure point.
And I'm joined with local artist Deborah Jackson, and you've got some oil on canvas work here at the Emerge 2011 Gallery. Congratulations, they're beautiful.
Thank you very much.
And you're a local person?
Yes, I was born and bred in Geelong and currently live in Ocean Grove, and yeah.
So have you entered this competition before?
No, I haven't. First time, so yeah, feel rather privileged to be a part of it. Yeah, the works are from a series I've been working on over a few years, and it was based on the theme of fallen warriors. I had two uncles that were in the war, one in Gallipoli and one fought, or both of them actually fought in the Western Front, and I was trying to work on the theme of the Anzac theme, but I wanted to do something that was contemporary and sensitive and sincere that wasn't just to do with marching soldiers or something like that. So I started researching the history of the poppy and the poppy fields, and I was quite fascinated to how far back it went, right back to the time of ancient Egypt and Genghis Khan, and how it was used as a symbol for war and death and dying, and but also to put people at peace, like from the poppies with the opium that came from the poppies, that they could use it as a sedative in the fields for dying soldiers. So it kind of continued on from there.
From the Gordon Gallery, Meryl Friend, News Geelong.
Thank you, Meryl. Oxfam Australia is already helping vulnerable people in developing countries cope with natural disasters and the impacts of climate change. But its work has stepped up to focus on helping affected communities prepare and adopt to the future, as Meryl Friend reports.
Friday the 19th of August was World Humanitarian Day. It was the perfect day to launch the exhibition Land is Life here at the Geelong West Library. The Oxfam Australia Executive Director Andrew Hewitt was able to talk to us about the situation with climate change. We're joined with Member of Corio and Parliamentary Secretary for Pacific Island Affairs, Richard Marles, here to launch the Land is Life exhibition. Now, can you tell us a bit of your perspective on this situation?
Well, I've just had a look at the exhibition, Meryl, and it really does capture exactly that essence, that land is life in Kiribati and Tuvalu. I've been to both of those places. In fact, in the last few weeks, I've been to both Kiribati and Tuvalu. And one of the things that really is very clear when you go there is how scarce the land is. These are coral atolls. They're very flat. They're thin strips of land. They're actually pretty crowded. Like, space is something which is at a premium. And you get this sense that for hundreds of years the sea has been a source of sustenance, of food. It's been their livelihood. But now when they see the sea as a potential threat to their existence, it's really a terrifying prospect, because on most parts of these islands you can see the sea on both sides of you. So So I think it's a very important experience to capture, and I think that this exhibition has done a great job in bringing to life that feeling of being on these coral atolls.
Small island nations being threatened by climate change. People's lives are being changed right now. They're losing arable land, they're facing rising sea levels, they're losing land to saline infections. And that's affecting both their livelihoods but also their ability to feed themselves. It's affecting their culture. So it's trying to bring the voices of ordinary people throughout the Pacific into debate into Australia.
And is there anything that can be done?
Well, Australia is one of the world's worst polluters. We've got to reduce our emissions, and globally there's got to be a reduction in carbon emissions. But we've also got to support the people of the Pacific. We've got to support them with the right sort of assistance so that they can make the necessary changes, adapt to the consequences of climate change. Because for them, climate change is not a theoretical risk. It's a reality that is changing their lives right now.
And is that going to become a reality to Australia as well?
Well, I think Australia is already starting to see some of the consequences of climate change. Our weather patterns are becoming more volatile, more extreme. The droughts and the floods, which we've always had in our history, are becoming more extreme, more unpredictable, more regular.
And also, if you could tell us a little bit about the East Africa food crisis.
Well, it's a grave humanitarian crisis. Some 12 million people are at risk of starvation. The United Nations has declared it the world's first famine of the 21st century. It's hard to come to grips with just the sheer number of people. We're talking about 12 million people. That's equivalent to about half the population of Australia. People are dying, literally as we speak, making very dangerous journeys to try to get to places of refuge. It's the worst drought they've had for over 60 years. It's been compounded by entrenched poverty, entrenched neglect, and many years in parts of that area of conflict. And one of the consequences is, for instance, food prices. Food prices have gone up astronomically over the last year or so. The price of sorghum, for instance, in Somalia and in parts of northern Kenya has increased by 240% in the last 12 months. So people are starving. The next rains are not due until October, so even if they arrive, it's unlikely that there will be crops to cultivate until early next year. So Oxfam is needing assistance right now. Every dollar we get will be put to good use. We're already helping people through supplying clean water, sanitation, therapeutic feeding and the like, literally helping keep people alive.
So how can people help out?
If they make a donation to Oxfam's appeal, go to any Westpac branch or to our website www.oxfam, that's oxfam.org.au, or ring 1800 034 034, and the money given will be put to great use, and put to great use quickly.
The Land is Life exhibition runs until the 1st of September. I'm Meryl Friend for News Geelong.
Thank you, Meryl. This is News Geelong, and it's August Wednesday evening as we go to a break and return with more news after this.